Let's jump right in. I'm super excited to have you here for this explainer. Today, we're taking a really fascinating journey through a piece of software called DemandGenius. Now, if you've ever found yourself wondering how these massive, highly physical, traditional operations actually drag themselves into the modern digital age, well, you're absolutely going to love this. We're going to trace the exact real-life journey of loose, raw tea. We'll watch it move across the factory floor, get processed, packed, and finally sold, all perfectly captured through this incredibly structured digital interface.
So here's the billion-dollar question for today's explainer. How on earth do you track a single tea leaf from the garden all the way to the balance sheet? It's a huge puzzle, right? I mean, you're taking a traditional, messy, physical supply chain, think heavy bags of leaves rolling up on trucks, workers packing boxes by hand, and you have to translate all of that reality into clean, actionable digital data. And you have to do it without losing a single drop of accuracy along the way.
Okay, so here is our factory floor plan for today. First up, sourcing raw tea. 2, packing and costing. 3, orders, quotes, and sales. 4, payments and cash flow. And finally, number 5, we're going to pull the whole shebang together with dashboards and AI insights.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1, sourcing raw tea, entering the digital system.
This is literally where the physical product officially enters the digital world. And listen, if you don't get this part right, every single piece of data down the line is going to be wrong. Actually, DemandGenius solves this with a super disciplined 3-step intake workflow. You've got vendor setup to log the tax details, then the intake log to record the actual weight and grade, which instantly, and I mean instantly, updates the stock balance. This way, managers know exactly what bulk material is sitting out there on the floor ready to go.
To really ground this, just take a look at the raw tea intake screen we've got here. You can actually see a specific entry for a massive 2,000 kilograms of dust-grade tea. It just arrived from a vendor named Sathya Tea at a rate of 50 rupees per kilogram. The software catches that and immediately registers a pending raw key value of exactly 1 lakh rupees. That's 100,000 rupees. It takes that physical drop-off and, boom, instantly gives it a financial weight in the system.
Moving right along to Section 2, packing and costing, turning bulk into value.
Now, raw bulk tea just sitting in a warehouse, it doesn't make you a dime until human effort actually processes it. And this is really where the magic of a unified system shines through. On the left side here, check out the packing team day sheet. We see a packer named Kumar, and his attendance and daily wage of 500 rupees are logged right there. Then, on the right, DemandGenius seamlessly pulls in that human labor cost and smashes it together with that 100,000 rupee raw tea purchase we literally just talked about. It merges the human sweat with the raw material to generate a true monthly cost per kg. So you aren't just guessing your margins anymore. The system is actively calculating them based on who actually showed up to work today.
So the crazy thing here is that out of that massive 2,000 kilogram bulk delivery, the system meticulously tracks the output right down to the gram. In this specific stock register, it logs exactly 62.50 kilograms of packed output, all perfectly categorized into packets like Home Blend 250 gram. No guesswork. Absolutely nothing gets lost in translation between the dusty warehouse floor and the pristine digital shelf.
Which brings us to Section 3, orders, quotes, and sales, out the door.
With our perfectly costed tea now sitting pretty on the digital shelves, it's time to actually follow it out the door. The software maps everything to a totally seamless digital sales pipeline that really builds momentum. I mean, it starts with a simple walk-in lead or a phone inquiry. Just one click, and that lead converts into a formal quotation for the buyer to review. Once they approve it, it becomes a confirmed order, which then instantly generates the official GST invoice. You can literally watch the software pull the prospect right through the funnel until they are a paying client. It's so smooth.
And here is that pipeline in action on the sales invoice screen. You can clearly see the finalized invoices for key buyers like Anand Supermarket and Ilgiri Traders. But what I absolutely love here is the visual clarity. A blue tag tells the warehouse team the order is dispatched. Brown means it's pending, and green means paid. Honestly, it's a masterclass in putting an end to those usual factory floor shouting matches about what actually needs to get on a truck today.
Okay, on to Section 4, payments and cash flow tracking, closing the loop.
Because look, just because the physical boxes of tea have shipped out, doesn't mean the cycle's complete, right? Let's see how this all builds into the customer account ledger. The system instantly reveals exactly who owes what. Just look at these figures. Anand Supermarket was billed 38,065 rupees, but they still have a pending balance of 23,315 rupees.
Meanwhile, Kerala Tea Mart was billed 18,000 rupees, and yep, the entire 18,000 is still pending. Instead of sifting through a mountain of paper receipts, the sales manager has a precise, instant hit list of accounts they need to follow up on.
Taking that a step further, check out the predictive power of this Money In screen. It explicitly calls out that there are 20,800 rupees completely overdue right now, complete with a big red Chase First tag right next to it. You can't miss it. But it also breaks down the expected cash flow for the upcoming weeks. It projects exactly how much money should hit the bank between August 24th and 30th based on your customers' billing rhythms. This isn't just a dusty record of the past. It's literally a financial radar for the future of your factory.
And finally, Section 5. Dashboards and AI Insights, the big picture.
We've spent a lot of this explainer down in the weeds, but now let's zoom out to the overarching factory perspective. Everything we've talked about today culminates right here on this single screen, the main sales dashboard. This is the total health of the factory, right at a glance. You see the 52,450 rupees billed for the period, that massive 2,000 kilogram raw tea intake we saw arrive at the very beginning, the exact 62.50 kilograms of packed output from our workers, and the real-time order pipeline sitting right below it. It is an incredibly satisfying visualization, seeing all those disparate, messy, physical moving parts perfectly synchronized into one single digital snapshot.
But, having the data is one thing, actually interrogating it is a whole other story. Traditionally, if a factory owner wanted answers, they had to deal with incredibly frustrating manual report digging, asking clerks to pull dusty files or crunch numbers in endless, mind-numbing spreadsheets. DemandGenius contrasts that old, painful way with a super modern, efficient, AI-powered approach where you can just ask questions in plain, everyday language.
And this is probably the most futuristic part of the whole system. On the left here, we've got the AI assistant. A manager can literally just type, "What was yesterday's green leaf intake?" or "What is my current made tea stock by grade?" And the system instantly reads its own real-time records to give you the answer. And on the right, under Business Tips, the AI can actually analyze 2 months of your billing history to instantly generate a concrete manager's action plan for the upcoming week. It acts exactly like a digital consultant that already knows your business inside and out.
So all of this leaves us with one final, pretty provocative thought to consider. Is an operation running on gut feelings and scattered paperwork, or is it running on a unified predictive system like DemandGenius? We've seen firsthand how transforming the physical, everyday life cycle of a tea leaf into actionable digital data completely changes the level of control a business has. It's such a brilliant look into the real modernization of traditional industries. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. I really hope you found this deep dive as absolutely fascinating as I did.